20%. That's the estimated share of organizational productive capacity that is lost to bureaucratic friction. Unnecessary approvals, redundant processes, unclear decision rights, and organizational drag. 20%. Invisible, unmeasured, and almost never discussed because measuring it would indict the people doing the measuring. Hello, my name is Todd Hagopian, the original Stagnation Assassin and the author of The Unfair Advantage on Amazon and The Stagnation Assassin on Amazon. Today's stat: organizations lose an average of 20% of their productive capacity to bureaucratic friction. Here's where it hides and how to quantify what most companies refuse to even name. What does the number actually mean? Research from Harvard Business Review and the consulting firm Bain and Company on organizational complexity consistently shows that as companies grow, bureaucratic overhead consumes an increasing share of productive time. The 20% figure appears across multiple studies of knowledge worker productivity and process waste analysis. In manufacturing environments, similar friction analysis through value stream mapping consistently surfaces 20 to 35% of non-value added activity in admin and decision-making processes. Here's what nobody's telling you. Bureaucratic friction doesn't appear anywhere on your financial statements. It doesn't have its own line item. It hides inside salaries. It hides inside project timelines. It hides inside the meeting hours and the email threads that feel like real work but produce nothing. It is the most expensive invisible cost in most organizations, and it compounds every year as each new layer of approval, each new compliance requirement, each new initiative adds friction without anyone ever removing the friction it displaces. The conventional crime here, the typical corporate response, is to launch a process improvement initiative. Yay. They hire a team, they build process maps, they run workshops, and the process maps go to SharePoint, and the workshops become a memory, and the friction reasserts itself. Because they address the symptoms without changing the underlying incentive structures that produce bureaucracy in the first place. Bureaucracy is not an accident. It's a rational response to an organizational environment that rewards caution over speed, an appearance of diligence over actual output. The Stagnation Assassin response to this, the 80-20 matrix applied to a process, is ruthless and it is simple. Find the 20% of processes that are consuming 80% of the friction and eliminate them. Don't streamline them, eliminate them. Here's the diagnostic move for 1 week. Ask your team to log every task that requires more than one approval for a decision under $10,000 or whatever metric you want, or more than 2 days to complete when it should have only taken 2 hours. That log is your friction map. Every item on it is a candidate for the 80-20 matrix audit. Most organizations find their 20% within the first 48 hours of honest logging of this information. The one-line verdict: bureaucratic friction doesn't appear on your income statement, but it is stealing 20% of your productive capacity every single year. For more stagnation-killing frameworks, grab The Unfair Advantage on Amazon, grab The Stagnation Assassin on Amazon. Visit toddhagopian.com for the world's largest stagnation database and continue to declare war on stagnation every single day in your business and every single week here with us.